quarterback do we trust more? Do we trust Riley Leonard or do we trust Will Howard more?
I think I trust Will Howard more than Riley Leonard, and especially to win the game with your arm is Will Howard, no question to me.
Yes, I agree with that. There is still a part of me that remembers Will Howard forcing some balls and making some mistakes, right? Riley hasn't done that much this year. You need one play on 3rd and 4. I need one play to be executed by the quarterback. I have a lot of trust for Riley Leonard. I don't think Riley Leonard can win this game with his arm, but I trust Riley Leonard not to make key mistakes in this football game. So, I agree with you. I trust Will Howard much more, but that has as much to do with the fact that Will Howard, especially through the course of the college football playoff, has done a nice job of playing patient football. He's done a nice job of figuring out pre-snap what he wants to do with the football. He's done a really good job of all of that. Riley Leonard, though, has done a good job of making chicken salad out of chicken you-know-what over and over and over again on 3rd and 6, where you're like, there's nothing there, and all of a sudden he's acrobatically finding something.
And one of the really interesting things about Riley Leonard and Ohio State's defense in this game and that matchup is Riley Leonard has been really, really good against the blitz this year. He's been really at his best when things are broken down a little bit. He's been, I was looking at the PFF grades, one of the best quarterbacks in the country when he's blitzed. But when he's not blitzed and he's just standing back there and his offensive line has to protect when they're rushing only 4 guys and the defense plays coverage, he's really bad. I mean, bottom 100th ranked quarterback in the country against no blitz, standing in the pocket against no pressure. Ohio State doesn't blitz that much. Jim Knowles isn't a big pressure guy, but their defensive line with Jack Sawyer and JTT, they get to the quarterback so well. And Caroline mentioned the injuries at offensive line for Notre Dame. That's really, to me, the key matchup. Riley Leonard is best when there's blitz, when he can take a one-on-one matchup, when the defense isn't playing coverage and coming after him because he can create with his legs. Then he has receivers who get open. When he's standing back there like a lame duck with the defense dropping 7, 4 guys rushing, and his offensive line can't protect him, that's when Riley Leonard starts to get shaky. That's not the style of play he wants to be in. So given that that's how Ohio State's going to play and they're not going to blitz them that much, I think that gives a major advantage to Ohio State's defense, especially against the Notre Dame offensive line that's banged up. So I have a hard time seeing how Riley Leonard plays the style of play in this game that he really wants to be in and how he really wants to play.
I think if you ask me just in a vacuum, just to take this game away from it, if you ask me which quarterback do you trust more, I would say Riley Leonard because of what he can bring with his legs. That it's not like Will Howard is just like a sitting duck, but Will Howard can't make the same kind of plays with his legs that Riley Leonard can. But this game isn't played in a vacuum. We don't just pick quarterbacks just for fun or in a vacuum. I think I have to trust Will Howard more in this matchup because of the offensive line situation for Notre Dame and also the pass catching. The difference in talent and pass catchers on both of these sidelines. Jordan Faison and Bo Collins and that entire wide receiving core for Notre Dame. It's good. It's not Jeremiah Smith, Emeka Egbuka, and Carnell Tate. We saw in the Cotton Bowl against Texas, Jeremiah Smith got basically completely shut down. 1 catch for 3 yards, and when Will Howard tried to force it to him, it got intercepted. So you can go to Carnell Tate, Emeka Egbuka, and the running backs in the passing game. Notre Dame doesn't have that same kind of depth of talent. When you take one playmaker away from Ohio State, that's fine. You got a laundry list of playmakers that can beat you in several different ways. Notre Dame doesn't have that. So in the context of this game, I have to trust Will Howard more. I think we would all agree unanimously that we're comparing wide receivers, we give the edge to Ohio State.